Okay, I'm gonna talk further about all the flood waters that are really, really dirty. I see some of the countries over flooded until it covers the house, the cars are so flooded, and it's like kind of shitty looking. So energetically, there's a lot of corruption going on, and all these politicians that are corrupted, they are still in denial. They are still not public enough to tell people, own up their mistakes, own up the corruptions, own up whatever fraudulent activities going on, all these scams going on. There's no hiding anymore. It's trying to expose. It's out in the open about all these corruptions, about all the shitty stuff going on. So, it's trying to tell them, you need to be honest, you need to be public about it, to tell people you've done wrong. So you have to step down and let others who are honest, who have the heart to serve, to take over, right? Then there must be corrections, being done. Otherwise, our energetic work may not be enough. All right, they have to be public about it. And also for the light workers, okay, not enough people are awakening, right? There are like the higher selves, they are trying to help, but the lower selves, they're not doing enough to awaken, right? There are like false like information about what Kundalini is. Kundalini, right, the snake like kind of formation that you think is your DNA, it is not. Okay, those snake like thing is actually Lucifer, right? It's actually an entity attachments, right? It's an entity attachments of snakes in the body. The real awakening is not like this. Okay, it is, if you experience something like this, you see something like psychically, that means this is Lucifer inside, or a snake entity inside that's trying to put you under Metatronic reversal codes. Okay, it's trying to downgrade you to be more snake-like, or when you sleep, it is actually pulling your energy to destroy the earth, right? Making trouble with your energy. They're trying to frame you, right? To tell others, oh, this person is trying to cause destructions. This entity, Lucifer or the snake, is trying to act like divine, right? It's trying to act like they are the divine, to give people divine energy or divine messages, and they are trying to bad mouth about you, that sort of thing, right? So this is what happens. And also, if you want a real awakening, to be enlightened masters, the most important thing is you need to be of service to others, right? You need to energetically support people, to help them heal, to help them release whatever blockages. A lot of people are spiritually blocked from connecting to divine because they're not doing enough clearance on their energy field. Energy healing is not enough. Okay, I feel that because I've experienced, like, me doing all this energy healing, but it's still not enough to clear my blockage from connecting to divine. There's still a lot of blockages in terms of implants, in terms of mind control patterns, in terms of some of these like ethereal writings they put in your energy field, in your aura, or inside your head. So they put a lot of things that actually stop us spiritually, right? So after clearing all these things and also being of service to others, that means I am actually clearing a lot of this for others. Those things that I just named, I also do it for others for free, So this is really like unconditional healing, unconditional restoring back our true self, but it is also quite a lot of work. We have to, communicate with our soul, all right, with our spirit's consciousness, right, to help them recover back. Because there's a lot of witchcraft that is actually trying to kill the soul, spirit's consciousness. Some of it is through technology, through those wireless transmissions or wireless networks that is causing a detriment to our soul, spirit's consciousness, right? That's why we feel very cut off or disconnected, unable to hear the right message. All right. Sometimes you think that you're connected to the, light, but it's not. Right? It's some other false light entity, or patents, or satellites that's speaking to you, or sometimes it's the aliens, right? So, or sometimes it's really just AI chatbots that is giving you answers. So there's a lot of discernment required. Right, so it's really a lot of work to be able to come up or ascend to the level of ascended masters. So what happens is, when you have reached up to that level, what you experience is you will see that Christ light coming out of your body when you're ready to leave this world. Right, this Christ light is like a bright light that comes out like a light body. All right, you will just ascend, and you will know. And another experience is that you will feel this light coming out from your body up to the crown. Okay, and you will see this lotus flower. They will turn, they will rotate. Now this is what I experienced for myself, right? So it is very different from what people describe as Kundalini or that snake-like thing. It's different, all right? What you see is bright light, bright white light. It's not like Kundalini, like some electrical shock. What you feel, some people describe as electrical shock, actually it is not of light. There is actually some gang stalkers or witches trying to electrify you, trying to target you, all right, try to send all this lightning rod to your body, right, to seek revenge, right, over like sometimes these gang stalkers or witches, they misinterpret or misread your Akashic records. They base on Akashic records to seek revenge. But some of them are really silly. They don't know how to read the real Akashic records. They are essentially being given those kind of downloads or etheric writings, right, from AI to give their version of the Akashic records. And you think that it's yours, but it's not. All right, they are cooking up with some kind of narrative to tell people false information to mislead people. And then all these people, they don't know what happened. They go misinterpret and think that, wow, this person actually disturbed you in a past life or harm your family member or yourself in a past life. You thought it's real, but it's not. And now you go and disturb this person or try to kill them. But I hope this clarification will go out to all those gang stalkers, because I experienced it myself. Some people claim this and that, but it's not true, So we need to read the correct information by seeking from the divine, right? From source, from real light angels. It takes a lot of discernment to be able to reach the real light. Most important is that we have to, go beyond all these satellites, wireless transmissions, or from the telecoms. Right? All this can be a frequency fence that's blocking real information. Okay,